All right, guys, big pleasure to be here, and we are starting our documentary film production, and I'm happy to introduce Alexander, founder of Tectum project. And yeah, Alexander, welcome to our film, and could you please share some information about your background? How did you start in crypto?
Alexander, thank you for hosting me. Glad to be here. Uh, it's going to be a very long answer. I'm going to try to put it in the layman's terms. I entered the project in 2018 in one of those vulnerable times for crypto community, and team ran out of steam by then, and I took project over by 2019. There was no SoftNote back then, and what really ignited me was that the approach and the diversity of team members, because I even had a guy who participated in a military software development back in the 80s. And I'm talking about a guy who coded Pascal and Fortran since early 70s. So I was really excited to join the project. As I said, project ran out of basically ran out of money, and I took it over. I knew very little about blockchain as we know blockchain right now. I carefully read Bitcoin white paper, Ethereum white paper. What really helped me that I'm got a God's gift, an engineer. I'm an engineer, genetically engineer, and that's what really helped me. Though I've never been a programmer, but my critical and engineering mathematical approach really helped me in there. And by 2021, right after COVID slowed down, we came up with a SoftNote, and that was actually the breakthrough, because until then all level 2 solutions basically were based on previous old legacy technologies, trying to accomplish different results. I'm talking about Lightning Network and things like this. So when SoftNote was invented, and how it was invented actually is a miracle by itself. We actually, I was reading an article. I was sitting with my guys and reading an article, and from one of the San Diego publications, and one of IT teams announced 50 million transactions per second, and we just accomplished 1 million transactions per second. So we just, we lowered our hands, and we just, what are we gonna do? There's always gonna be a faster guy. And at that moment, SoftNote was born. I basically asked my guys, I said, guys, hold on a second. We got our own Bitcoin node. How long is it gonna take to mint 10 million Bitcoin wallets? Mm-hmm. And I remember they said to me, half a minute. And I said, well, what are we doing then fighting this rat race, trying to be the fastest? And that's how it all started, SoftNote. Great. The biggest, now we're striving to become the biggest wallet management interface in the history of digital finance.
Yeah, sounds great. If you meet your grandma and she asks you what you do, how would you explain her?
Oh, your statement, your question resembles Einstein. He said, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Yeah, exactly. I would say that if you really, if we really boil everything down, right, mm-hmm. to the uttermost core principles and core a mission of what we do, I would say 2 sentences. Marrying fiat and crypto. because no matter how you spin it, our crypto mass adoption is 8.3%. And we're talking about 16 years later. And the second one, taking crypto to the streets. Softnotization. We firmly believe that tokenization of world assets, tokenization of values will only take place through conventional tactile form factor. Actually, in fact, I will rephrase myself. I would say not only through, I would say primarily the best chance we got to lure rest over 92% of the world population into digital payment world is through physical form factor. And that's what SoftNote is capable of being. It's not the only way we exist. You can import it, it becomes a web page, it becomes crypto balance as soon as imported into your mobile app. Our system possesses the same properties normal crypto does, don't get me wrong. But one of the properties, one of the form factors is this physical so-called bill, banknote, softnote. That's why we call softnote, to make it, to assign it property over software and a physical money. We believe that adoption would do much better if people who are absolutely unaware of how to use crypto would start with this physical form factor.
Great. Like, we are here in Dubai now, and Dubai is considered to be one of the biggest places in the world in terms of crypto.
True.
With the highest level of crypto adoption. Do you agree with this statement? And like, what do you see? Like, maybe there are some good opportunities in development of your project here in Dubai?
Yes, I do agree with your statement. I believe that Dubai truly is one of the best places to start a project, to get integrated into Web3 space. They've come a long way to make it happen. And I'm actually very proud to be here, to see how much work had been done by the actual leaders of the country to get it all, to make it all happen. I mean, look, this is a desert. There's nothing here. So these guys have done a great job, and Dubai and Emirates is one of the jurisdictions where we're present. Not the only one by far, but one of. Dubai is very good for a social presence, for events. It's very well designed infrastructure. It's friendly. Natives are friendly to us. And yeah, I agree with you. It's probably the best place to start.
We live in a very interesting historical moment right now when we have United States President speaking about Bitcoin on public and promoting Bitcoin himself. And at the same time, we have tariffs and this dump on the crypto market. Do you feel like it's already resolved and Bitcoin is going to be as a reserve asset, like worldwide recognized reserve asset, or like it's all a bubble and we are going to zero?
By no means I could consider myself to be a prophet, but I do believe that in the world of where utilities gain more momentum than physical assets, that digital assets like Bitcoin have better and better chance to actually earn and conquer for themselves a bigger spot under the sun. After all, whatever happens in the world, God forbid, and you have a kilo of gold, you cannot eat it. And the worse, you can't eat Bitcoin either. But gold you cannot transport. I'm in Brazil and you need to eat. And here in Emirates it's really difficult. to produce food, and I have lots of beef and lots of coffee. How are you gonna pay me? What you gonna do with that gold? Shoot it to me through the stratosphere, and send it to me by the ship so it gets robbed, and it takes 3 weeks for payment to come, you know. And I say when all else fails, what do? You know what I mean? And Bitcoin is just one cryptocurrency, digital methods of payment in general, just something you can do through your phone. In a way, you're disconnecting yourself from conventional way of dealings by using something which is friendly, user-friendly, UX interface friendly, and really simple in respect of trust, simple to trust, and simple to operate. And that's great utility, which American dollar doesn't have. USDT does.
Yeah, by the way, Tether is part of our film, and many crypto enthusiasts say like it's the biggest user case in the world in terms of crypto adoption. What's your opinion on USDT and Tether? Is it like our best solution apart from Bitcoin?
In respect of business model, they are my role models. I mean, I've yet to see another team which would be so quickly and successfully get themselves a market niche. They very quickly understood that Bitcoin will not be a medium of exchange. It's too volatile. And get everything dollar-centric was a very brave move. And I'm talking about end of 17, when everything was about, oh my God, you know, crypto. And at that moment, these guys throw something at the market which actually, in many ways, goes against the idea of this Bitcoin maxi decentralization, because it's a purely centralized product. But suddenly it becomes a perfect, ideal, impeccable medium of exchange between other crypto. And I mean, look at the capitalization. Bitcoin market cap and USDT market cap are what, 15, 20 times apart? Bitcoin is 20 times bigger than USDT, but daily volumes are vice versa. It's like 20 times more. So USDT moves around the clock, circulates, what, 20 by 20, 400 times faster than Bitcoin? How did they manage to accomplish this? This guy's a genius.
Yeah. We have another interesting participant of our documentary film. It's Telegram Open Network. What's your opinion about their project? Is it like, does it have a big future?
What project?
Telegram Open Network.
Oh, I think any innovative Web3 centered approach to marketing and to media sharing has a much better chances than any Web2 competencies multiplied by effort, multiplied by money. You know, I think that your effort per dollar would get. And again, you know, I never claim to be a prophet, but I've been in the industry and I've been in this environment for a little while, and I believe that what you guys and what guys like you do, it just has much better chance to survive than what, for example, franchise-centered models do.
Do you find any opportunities to integrate Tectum or like have some kind of affiliation with Tether or Telegram? Could it be possible for your project?
I would love to. I mean, we actually just met one of the founders of Tether last night at the event, and I gave him some of these Tether SoftNotes, and I said, look, digital goes back on paper. What do you say? And he looked at me and.
Was it Reeve Collins? It was Reeve Collins, right?
No, it was not. And he was not. And the thing about SoftNote, you see, in a way, it's regressional. It looks like not a progress, it looks like a regress. Looks like a reverse process. Looks like we're putting things in reverse because while everybody else is talking about tokenization, about taking assets digital, we are talking about taking assets back on paper. It looks counter-evolutionary. It looks regressive. It looks disruptive, right? But then I ask guy a simple question. I says, what's our crypto adoption 16 years later? 8.3%. 8.3%, 660 million people actively using crypto right now. And for that matter, any digital non-banking kind of payments as general. I'm not talking about banking industry. Banking industry is probably covering another 4.5 billion. And then again, show me the numbers. How many accounts one guy's got? And divide that. 8% per 16 years generates questions. Why? First of all, why? Regulations, okay. Let's write off 2-3 years on regulations. High fees, okay, fine. Now we got Solana. We got quite advanced Tron, Ripple. Plenty of cryptocurrency who is really cheap to move around. Cardano is not expensive and it's relatively fast. Why are we not adopting? And after a while, there's just 3 answers came to my mind, and I'm not trying to take credit for the work of all my team. I'm just saying that as a project founder and as an owner of the business, I eventually came up with 3 reasonable and undoubtable answers. A, double commissions, which means we got to convert everything through something. We have to pay double fees. Second of all, form factor. We switched to digital too fast. We need something in between. We need a bridging gap, gateway factor, paper factor, like a SoftNote. That's how actually SoftNote was born. And the third one is natural attachment to level 1 networks, which is delays, latencies, and network costs. We've been trying to solve level 1 problems of level 1 technologies.
Concerning L1s, there is an interesting competition in crypto market right now. By the way, both projects participated on our channel. Like we have ETH and Solana, like possibly ETH killer. Nobody knows actually, but looks big. So what's your opinion? Is Ethereum going to be defeated by Solana? And if it happens, is going to happen this cycle, or when should we anticipate it?
I don't believe in the Web3 world. I don't believe in defeating. I believe in market niches. The defeating happens when you try to split one piece of land. We're talking about wars, you know. When you have nowhere to sleep and I have nowhere to sleep, and there is only one piece of land for your family and for my family, so one of us gotta die. It doesn't work any other way. Either I take your land or you take my land. Either I take over your business or you take over my business. I believe these times are gone. I believe that Web3 as a concept, as a paradigm, have launched a completely brand new scope of work for all of us and brand new tier of operation where the opportunities are so unlimited and the markets are so virgin and untouched that the subject of who is gonna win who and who is gonna dominate who is a long way ahead of us. It's just so far in advance, it's just so far, 5-7 years, you know. Then we've got artificial intelligence coming in. We will be taking over more and more and more and more service and service provision and the market. I mean, our consumer will become a robot. Robot will become our consumer.
Yeah.
Already slowly becomes our consumer. A robot becomes our service provider. what are you going to do with this market? So going back to the origin of your question and talking about Solana and Ethereum, look how things are really laying out. Try to change the angle. Every one of them has got their own model, their own tier of operation. Solana is meme coins. Ethereum is smart contracts. Then these guys are GameFi. What they're Diana? GameFi guys. Polygon. So every one of these operators are trying to become best in their own tier of operation. Having said that, and we too, we Tectum, we are really striving for PayFi leadership, and I have a strong conviction, and I have lots of rationale on my side and lots of facts on my side saying that this thing is going to work. So these fields are going to expand, and competence are going to deepen further and further, and smart contracts business is going to become more sophisticated. Meme coins might come back, might not. NFTs, definitely, I'm strong proponent and a fan of NFTs. I believe NFTs are going to come back. They just need totally different approach. You cannot keep shoving media files inside the blockchain. Blockchain is not a database, it's a ledger. The moment we understand that, we're going to find a solution. Next day, we're going to find a solution. So Tectum, PayFi, and on and on and on and on and on. I don't think we're really crossover. We're really not, that Web3 space have created so many opportunities that in so many new tiers of operation, which lots of it, it's not even visible to us yet, Alex. It's not visible. It's 2025. Wait till 2030, when we have AI agents running neural nodes, blockchain nodes. So the question of who is going to dominate who, I don't believe it really stands any longer.
Yeah, great answer. Are you an investor yourself, or you're more crypto trader?
Oh yeah, I am. I've invested everything in myself. I sold my real estate to feed my team back in 2019. I'm one hell of an investor. You have no idea what a kind of investor.
I sold my apartment to buy more Bitcoin recently.
Smart.
Let's see how it play out.
Well, when these cash and algorithms will go into the next phase, and Bitcoin hits $1 million.
But there is a big difference between investing and trading. So you are on more on trading side or investment side?
We have our own trading department at Tectum. After learning these great lessons of 2024 with this great team we all know about, which went into the history, at a very sad but very resourceful experience. We started our own market making department, and we practice different things. But so far, everything I have, I invest in myself.
Yeah. What are your best picks in terms of investment, like Bitcoin and something else?
I pretty much don't hold anything. Only Bitcoin is all I got. I got Bitcoin.
So you're like Bitcoin maxi?
Very much so. Yeah. I would not call myself maxi because I'm an engineer.
Yeah.
You know this joke about engineers?
No.
Pessimist and optimist and engineer. So three of them. So optimist says cup is half full. Pessimist says cup is half empty, right? You know what engineer says? Cup is half as big as it needs to be. So I'm not really like maxi. I'm not emotional about Bitcoin, the way the algorithmics and the way the roadmap was laid out, I do understand that Bitcoin should be worth $1 billion, or maybe $10 billion, 10, 15 years from now when we run out of it, and more it's going to cost to mine it, well, more you're going to sell it for. You can, if it's going to cost you $1 million to mine one Bitcoin, how much you going to sell it for? 3, 5?
It already costs a lot to mine Bitcoin, and hash rate is on all-time high. You know, we are just a few days away from Token2049, and it's our purpose of our staying here, like staying in Dubai. And what's your anticipation about this event? We do this film in collaboration with Token, so it's very interesting to know your opinion about Token2049.
Hang around, meet new people, see what new ideas are. Go by the Tether stand and give them some soft notes. Go through some interviews, eat some good food, meet some good people.
You know, Eric Trump, son of Donald Trump, is going to attend the event. If you meet him in person, what would you say him? Are you going to tell him, like, what the hell is going on with tariffs? Or, like, what's your approach? Would you speak with him about Tectum as well?
No, he's got no competencies to talk about blockchain.
Actually, they do. They have World Liberty Finance.
He's finance guy. He's not
Yeah.
a blockchain guy. I don't believe he's got technical competencies to talk about blockchain.
Yeah.
He's a finance guy. Father raised a great financier, but I don't know how would I talk to him about blockchain.
They pretend to be big in blockchain. Eric Trump advised us to buy ETH when it was 3,200. Now it's 1,800. So it wasn't a good advice. But anyway, he told us, like, hold Bitcoin. Maybe it was a good advice from him.
Hate advices. Never goes right.
So what's your advice to crypto community?
To crypto community, stick to the projects which offer disruptive solutions. We have entered the era of disruptive solutions, new solutions. So would not be fair, and I would sound affiliated, since it's my project and it's my baby, you know, to promote Tectum and the SoftNote. But realistically, in the field of payment and crypto processing and crypto micropayments and PayFi, as general, I don't see anything else which would really do the job. I don't see anything. I've been trying, I've been looking, but I can't see anything. But if Ethereum is not going to do that. It's a strictly community-centered, smart contract-centered system, which just barely got back on their feet after 2.0 Ethereum launch, doing great, and Ethereum is a masterpiece, but Ethereum is not they don't even have a mobile app, payment app. Same applies to Solana. Solana is not a commercial product. Cardano doesn't have commercial product. Bitcoin will never have commercial product. I'm not talking about build-ups like Bitcoin.com. I'm not talking about third-party applications. I'm talking about system as a whole. We are the only project which really offers a hybrid, combined, wholesome, with integrity system, which connects decentralized community product and commercial business model. I don't see anybody else on the market.
That's great. Like, if you meet Satoshi one day, what will you tell him?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd probably just shake his hand and buy him a good drink, man. I don't. By the time we meet him, I don't think it's gonna matter. I got a guy working for me. Remember I told you from in the beginning who's been coding since the early 70s. So he studied Bitcoin source code, and his competency is Delphi, and Bitcoin is C++. So he looked in and he says, Alex, I got a feeling, and code and their approaches to code, they evolve. Just like clothing, you're not gonna wear the same. Even if your shirt is new, 10 years later you might not wear it regularly because it doesn't have the same style, and it's not the same approach. And he said, I have a feeling that Bitcoin source code took about 20 years to write, and about 50 people. Just different approaches to write the code, and all tricks. Says the tricks in code, like things. I'm not a coder. He says the code approaches, the angles, the trends are from like 90s, early 90s. And I asked him, I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah. And again, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just kind of translating the voice of some of the people in my team. I said that it wasn't written by one guy. It was written by a large team, well-organized team, and it took them a while. It took them a long time. So I wonder if there is a Satoshi.
Nobody knows, actually. Yeah, my last question would be, what's your anticipation of Bitcoin price by the end of this year, I would say?
Oh, I wish it hits at least $250,000. How do I know? Who knows? Three more countries decide to make it, to fill their reserves with Bitcoin and hire a bunch of mavericks from Moscow City to drive it back down to $50,000, and what are we gonna do? I mean, it's a big short game. When you decide to fill your treasury for Bitcoin, what you're gonna do? You're gonna short it. Look, I mean, this entire year, 24 and 23 was filled with these games.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's big guy games. I mean, just imagine you got a country and you need $100 billion worth of crypto assets. You made a decision, Senate made a decision, and you got the money. What you gonna do? You're gonna short it. And then you're gonna buy it.
It is exactly what happened right now.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. He's buying, he's been doing a huge buyout. And he's doing great for his country.
All right, let's see how it plays out. Thank you so much for the interview. I think it was a great discussion.
Yeah, thanks.
Very interesting
Thanks.
answers.